Hello and welcome to Her Becoming. I am your host, Kayla Countryman. As always, thank you so much for being here with me today. If you are joining us today for the first time, welcome. Her Becoming is a holistic health and wellness and personal development podcast where I make it my mission to help you close the gap between the woman you are today and the woman that you hope to become. So lately I've been reflecting a lot on what support actually means to me in this season of my life. And so I want to share with you a little bit about what's going on with me behind the scenes. I am in a season right now where I am spread so thin between my soon to be 3 jobs. My number one priority, clearly the only thing that I care about as far as self-care right now, is supporting my nervous system by reducing stress and increasing my restorative practices. So I am someone who, clearly I'm about to have 3 jobs, so I'm a little bit psychotic, but I always find myself rushing. Do you feel that way? Do you feel like every time you have somewhere to be or you have a busy day, you just can't get ahead, like you're rushing from thing to thing to thing? That's how I often feel. And when I feel that way, I just feel my nervous system in shambles. Feels like I'm in fight or flight. My heart rate is high. My blood pressure feels like it goes up. I just can't catch my breath. And I think that's the case for a lot of us women, especially high achieving women, ambitious women. We want to do it all and save the day. And I know for myself, that has kind of just become my natural state is go mode. And so I'm making it my entire purpose right now to slow down. And I know that sounds counterintuitive because what I'm also experiencing right now is I'm working my 9 to 5. I'm growing this podcast and my coaching business and recording weekly episodes. And then I'm also getting back into teaching fitness at a major wellness studio, which is my soon to be 3rd job. So those seem like opposite things. How do you slow down when your life is speeding up? And what I have just come to realize is that my mind and my body need peace more than ever. So lately, instead of rushing to the gym in the morning super early just to rush back and open my laptop by 8 a.m., I've really been prioritizing starting my day gently, just focusing on my morning routine, making my tea, going for long walks, working on my puzzle, and starting the day from a place of feeling grounded. And I've just been observing how much better my body feels when I'm able to start the day with a calm nervous system instead of from a place of chaos. And simply doing that has helped me identify, okay, where else in my life do I need more peace? Where else in my life can I reduce the chaos and find more calm? And so lately, I've also had the realization, I've been thinking a lot about therapy. So I have been in talk therapy for over 6 years. I love therapy. I am a huge therapy advocate. And at the same time, I have realized that talk therapy, at least for me, is really great for awareness, and that awareness alone isn't enough to make changes in your life. It is the first step, but it can't be the only step. And I'm someone, and I know a lot of you will agree with this, I am someone who consistently does the work, is not new to self improvement. Again, I've been in therapy for 6 years. I have been going in on self improvement and self development. I journal, I meditate, I reflect, I self coach. I'm very in tune with my own needs, and I'm sure you can relate to that to some extent. And so the realization that I've had around therapy is that I actually need to pair therapy with body work. And when I'm talking about body work, I'm talking about massage, acupuncture, intentional movement. Those are specific to me. There's a lot out there that you could explore: cupping, lymphatic drainage, so many modalities. But this has been a light bulb moment for me because I am therapy's biggest advocate. I think everyone in some capacity should have a therapist, find a style of therapy that supports you, period. No matter what age, what job, what season of life, I 10 out of 10 cannot recommend therapy enough. I also recommend tending to your body. We've talked about in episode 49 how much information your body stores. I shared specifically my acne healing journey and how tending to my nervous system was actually what healed my acne, not all the fancy treatments and medications. And the reason that this is true and what I have been experiencing lately more than ever is your body stores stress, emotions, and past experiences. So, the revelation I had about talk therapy is that talk therapy helps you name the experience. It helps you find the awareness to understand and to comprehend what you're going through. This is a beautiful place to start. I think everyone needs to start here. We all need to be able to name the things that we are experiencing. And then, as a secondary step, our body needs to be able to complete the experience or release the experience. And so I'm understanding right now in this season of being busier than I've ever been and also requiring more rest and regulation and self care that I've ever required. I'm at a point where I feel like I don't need more information. My brain is already filled with information and tools, and I can self soothe and I'm aware. What I need is more integration. What I need is more energy being shifted around and more cords cut and more releasing in my body to help me make the space to make changes in my life that are long lasting. So when my life first blew up, you better believe I was in talk therapy every single week because I needed to talk. I needed to get my thoughts out of my head, to process out loud. I was going week after week after week and just word vomiting, and it was the most supportive thing for me. Now, I think therapy is amazing even if you don't have any drastic life event, but especially if something has just pulled the rug from under you lately, I cannot recommend therapy enough. Over time, I started reducing to bi-weekly and then went down to monthly, and then now I just go on an as-needed basis. But over a year later, since that really drastic event, I can now feel the lingering stress and the lingering trauma in my body. It's not necessarily messing with my mind anymore. I need to focus on releasing energy in order to continue healing. I can no longer just talk and talk and talk about my experience. I need to let it go in my body. And so, despite uncovering my feelings in therapy and doing the thought work to reframe my mindset, which is also important, my body has just been a little bit slower to release. And I think that that's true for us as human beings. I think our bodies just hold on to things even when our mind has moved forward. And so I know that there's lingering stress in my body in addition to the new stress in my body. I will tell you right now, my corporate job has been my number one source of stress lately, to the point where last week I had a moment where I had a complete meltdown at my desk because I was so upset by how turbulent my job was causing my nervous system to feel. I'm talking when I'm sitting at my desk, I feel my heart rate elevated. I feel my blood pressure heightened. Sometimes I even get waves of nausea as I'm working because in corporate America, there's just such a sense of false urgency where everyone will make you feel like everything needs to happen immediately. And it got to the point where it just completely overtook me. I felt myself taking shallow breaths. I was like, am I going to have a panic attack right now over corporate America? Absolutely the F not, I'm not. And it got to the point where I was like, I think I need support with this. I don't know that this is something that I can continue to do without support. And so previously, my go-to would be to book a therapy session to talk about it, right? And this is when I had this realization. But instead of booking a therapy session, I booked a massage because I knew this isn't an issue of my thoughts and my feelings up in my brain. This is how my body is holding on to information, storing stress, and the fact that I need to release and remove energies from my body as a whole. So I'm shifting back, in addition to therapy as needed, I'm shifting back to regular massages, and I'm going to go back to acupuncture because it's no longer the awareness that I'm struggling with. I'm aware. I can pinpoint the stressor. I can tell you where it's coming from. I can tell you what I need to do about it. But now I need to move it out of my body. I'm aware of what's causing it. I can self-soothe, but my body needs extra support. And so let's talk a little bit about how this works. Talking helps you understand. Like I said, it's the awareness, but it might not always release those experiences. Talking is going to help surface what may be occurring or where you need to focus. I want to pin this as really important. It's going to help surface what may be occurring and where you need to focus. If you are getting started in your healing journey or something drastic just happened to you, or you've never been to therapy before, you've never really started in this healing and self-development work, talking is so important. You need to surface what's going on to help you understand where to focus in your healing journey. I cannot state how important this is. Beyond that, movement and touch and stillness and the body work I was referring to, those are things that are going to help you process and then shift energies. So for me, a big part of my own healing journey has been using that awareness that I gained from talk therapy and understanding where are my emotions stored in my body. So like I said, when last week I had that moment with corporate America, I felt my chest tighten. I felt my breaths getting shorter. I felt my heart racing. A lot of that is happening in my heart space. I have also noticed in moments that I am not speaking up or using my voice, or if I'm getting walked over by other people, I'll get like a little pain in my throat or like a little signal in my throat that I'm not speaking up and using my voice. Then there's that feeling of nausea, right? If you feel like you get an upset stomach when you are upset or when you're stressed, what is that signaling to you? Stress lives in our nervous system. So your body can stay in a stress response even after the situation is over. This is why when I had that meltdown, my first instinct was I need to book a massage instead of I need to book a therapy session. And please do not confuse this. Do not think I am telling you to stop going to therapy and book massages instead. Please don't let that be the takeaway. It is simply to share that when a stress situation stays in your body, you have to find a way to release that. And I am noticing how much my body benefits from massage therapy. And notice how it's called massage therapy because it is a type of therapy. It shifts the energy in your body and helps release the pent up emotions and traumas. And I'm not just talking about like going to the spa. Going to the spa is amazing. I love a spa day. I see an intuitive therapist. She's here in Phoenix. Her name is Edna. She is the best. She helps me identify where in my body I'm holding on to tension. So she's really in tune as she's providing the massage to understanding where you have pent up energies, where traumas are living, where you have extra tension, and what you may be struggling with on a deeper level that you're not consciously able to identify. And so that has been one of my greatest healing tools is going to see her. And that is the reason why that was my first instinct instead of booking a therapy session. And I think that's so cool because that means that I'm getting more in tune with my own healing journey and what I need at different times. Another thing that I think is important to note is that through talk therapy alone, highly self-aware women can get stuck in processing loops. So that means we tend to overthink, to overanalyze, and to nitpick our thoughts. And this is something that can be supported with body work. So even going for a long walk activates those feel-good neurotransmitters and can help bring calm and clarity to your mind and body. When you tend to the body, you are healing past and current parts of you while also preparing your body to handle future stressors. So I personally noticed, and again, this is my story, my experience, I noticed that massage and acupuncture bring more support and more calm to my nervous system than any other modalities right now in this current season. In this season where I am so busy and I have to tend to myself and I'm holding space for people and starting a new job and I'm just busy, point blank, period. My priority is quite literally to just keep my heart rate from increasing. Unless I'm working out, I am trying to find a state of calm and keep my body at a baseline. And that's a simple way for me to measure my stress levels thanks to my Aura Ring, which I'm not wearing right now because she's charging. I really look at the data that my Aura Ring provides as far as my heart rate and my stress, and then, of course, my sleep and my cycle. But I really look at that data every single day to understand, all right, where's my heart rate? Where's my stress? Are there any red flags with my recovery, my HRV, my heart rate, my resting heart rate? And that has been really supportive to understanding what works and to understand when I feel heightened versus when I feel regulated. And I understand that this can sound costly, right? It's like, dang, Kayla, you're telling us to go to therapy and then you're telling us to go get massages and go to acupuncture and do body work and cupping and all of this stuff. This is not intended to add dollar signs to your life. So there are some things you can do to start understanding body work in a free, accessible, and immediate way. So if you're feeling stuck in your head, go for a 10 to 15 minute walk with no music, no phone, no stimulation. Just go walk and notice how that movement brings calm and clarity into your body. Another thing that you can do that I do often is you can place both or one hand on your chest, feel your heartbeat, connect to your heartbeat, understand the lifting, the lowering of your chest as you take a breath. This is the meditation and the yoga teacher coming out of me right now. And close your eyes and set a 2-minute timer. And for that full 2 minutes, just take slow, deep breaths, like as slow and as deep as you can for 2 minutes. You will immediately, in those 2 minutes, feel your nervous system completely relax. That's giving you the same effect that I'm talking about today. You can self-massage. So yes, I'm telling you that I go to an intuitive masseuse and I adore her and I recommend her. If that's not in the cards for you, self-massage is amazing. There are nights where I just take a nice shower with my Himalayan salt lamp or my red LED light bulb on, and then I lather my body in like my massage oil, and I will just spend like 20 minutes rubbing my arms, rubbing my legs, rubbing my stomach in circles to stimulate digestion, really getting into my lymph nodes and understanding like how to support my lymphatic drainage, how to increase my circulation, and just bring a sense of calm to my own body. So you can even do this on your own. I would highly recommend, if you're like, that sounds crazy or weird or different, look into it. I have a dry brush that I use before I shower. I have a gua sha that I use on my body. Like, I am all into giving yourself the love and the care that you need because we already have everything that we need. You don't have to outsource it. If you have the means to explore someone like Edna, an intuitive masseuse, fantastic. It's great. It's going to feel amazing. Therapy, love it. Amazing. But I want you to know that there are always other options that can give you similar benefits. So to close out today, this is really just a reminder that healing will look different in different seasons. This was a wake-up call for me because as someone that has been using therapy as my go-to for so many years, I thought it was really cool that I intuitively understood, okay, I don't necessarily need a session. I need a massage. I need acupuncture. I need to shift the energy. For some people, for a lot of people, talk therapy is the work right now, and you should honor and celebrate that. If you've never tried therapy and you're wanting to start your own healing journey, please start with therapy. I think the world would be such a better place if more people went to therapy. Really, I do. And I wish sometimes I could just straight up tell some people that I'm in conversation with, you need therapy. But that's not socially acceptable, so we don't do that, but it's true. I do think that the combination of talk therapy and body work is a blessing, and I recognize it is a privilege to be able to do both, but I'd really encourage you to explore it, even if it's just starting with something like self-massage. If you're in a healing season, I really want you to get honest with yourself about what's working for you right now and what your body and mind need. That's the entire intention of this episode. If I had to give you cliff notes, it would be that. I realized I needed something different in this season of transition, and I want to empower you to think about what support looks like for you right now. What do you need? What are you feeling called to? Don't just go on TikTok and see what all the girlies are saying, or don't even just take this episode as Bible and use this as a prescription for yourself. What do you need right now? Do you need talk support? Is your body feeling like you need to shift some energy, feeling sluggish, feeling like you're tense and holding on to things? Do you need more walks? Do you need more high intensity workouts to really get your cardio going and boost your circulation? Do you feel like your energy is low? Maybe looking at your lymphatic drainage. Like, there's so much to explore. And I just want you to take the accountability of understanding and seeking out what works for you and what you need. There are low cost resources. There's online therapy services where you can get therapy for really low cost. You can get therapy sometimes through your job's benefits if you have a traditional 9 to 5. In Phoenix, there's community acupuncture. So there's Tempe Community and Phoenix Community Acupuncture, and they have a sliding scale system of what you pay. So you can get acupuncture for a session as low as like $30. And then there's supporting local businesses. So those are both local businesses I just mentioned, but support a local masseuse. That's why I go to Edna. You don't have to go to some big corporation where you're going to get a mediocre massage and spend $200. You can support a local business, a small business, feel better about where you're investing your money, get a better service, and pay less. So this is just what I've been exploring lately. I hope this resonates. I hope this helps you think differently about what support looks like for you right now in whatever season that you're in. I really want us to think about not just how we think differently, but how we actually feel differently in our bodies, because we are so often living in our heads when our bodies are so wise and our bodies hold so much information. So, over the next few episodes, we'll be exploring the connection between embodiment and being in your body and neuroscience being in your mind. And I want to combine these to help you understand how to create a life that feels good and create a life that you love. As always, if you enjoyed today's episode, like, share, subscribe, rate, review, send this to a friend. Take care of yourself today. I'll drop all of the links in the show notes as always, and please shoot me a DM if you have any questions, want to provide feedback, want to go deeper on a topic. I am all ears. All right, I will see you on the next episode, and until then, be well.